So now we have our Giphy in here, and we want to record our CCA. So I'm going to come down here to my S8 asset. So again, you can F4, S8 asset. I'm gonna overwrite this so it all ties. And I'm gonna just update this to, and my opening cost for this was, and I have a class 50. And this should be, and then I'm going to create a new asset that the client just bought this year, class 53, which is equipment. And I'm going to add that down here. If you scroll down to the bottom, there's a section to add new assets. So whatever description will help you track what that is what you would put in there. Piece of equipment that I bought, we'll say in November, or the client bought in November. And then once I put in that date, it's going to trigger whether or not these additional provisions for CCA will apply to that particular asset. So the AIIP is the accelerated investment related CCA, and then the DIEP is related to the immediate expensing, which is still applicable for assets from 2023. Anything that was in service before the 1st of January 2024, you could, where the provision applies, you could still claim that immediate expensing on. Okay, so I have all of my assets are in there. It's calculating my CCA for me. And I want to just double check that. I'm just going to change this back to the ones that are in use. And then I have this reconciliation worksheet. So what it's going to do is it's going to take my book values, and it's going to take my tax values, and it's going to reconcile those for me. So there's my net book value at the top, where I probably have a variance down here. And I do of 8,001. So then I'd want to check why I have that variance. Typically, if we're following this through from beginning to end and we're tracking it from year to year, then our opening balance should tie. And then our variance generally is just a rounding variance of $1 or $2. And what you can do if it's just the rounding error is you can just add that in here. So now my audit message has gone away because it's tying the amounts that I've reconciled. If this was me actually preparing this return, I would go and hunt for why there's such a big difference and I'd fix it. But for the purpose of this webinar, I'm just going to carry on. So that's the reconciliation piece. If we go to the S8 schedule along the side here, if your client still qualifies for the immediate expensing, then you'd want to make sure that you're completing this section at the top here about if there's associated corporations that would have to share that limit for the immediate expensing. And you would want to fill that out in here. And then everything else should tie from the S8 asset. At the bottom of the S8 asset is the option to change the amount claimed if you want. So TaxCycle will automatically optimize the calculation for the amount of CCA to claim based on the settings that you put in your options. And if you, for whatever reason, want to make an adjustment here, if you want to claim less CCA for whatever reason, you can just click yes to claim a different amount. And you can put that different amount in there and everything will get updated accordingly.